Time now for your forewarned weather.
Look, technology is so great. Satellites let us look down on the Earth.
Yes.
And we're seeing smoke from the fires.
Yes, this satellite in particular, over 22,000 miles above the surface. It's incredible that it can catch this from that far.
I need a really long lens to get a picture like that.
Right? It's amazing. Take a look at this. Look at all that smoke on the eastern portion of the state, and you actually can tell right before the sunset. We got it up here on the Wasatch Front as well as those winds shifted. And notice the increase in cloud cover there. Unfortunately, it's not going to bring too much precipitation. We could get a drizzle in the southern mountains, but it's not looking very likely. Now let's take a ground view. This is what it looked like from Castle Country. You notice the horizon getting obscured as that haze fills in thanks to that wildfire smoke, and then we got a pretty nice sunset there in Price. All right, let's track where the smoke is going next. It's going to continue pushing north, and we already have some on the Wasatch Front, but we're going to get thicker plumes as we get right around sunrise. We're stopping this at 6 a.m. Cache Valley, the Wasatch Mountains, Wasatch back, looking at fairly thick plumes of smoke. Eastern Utah stays locked in with the thicker smoke, especially as the winds start to shift to a more southwesterly flow, pushing it towards the eastern side of the state yet again and clearing us out along I-15 in western Utah. We could get periods of patchy haze, but eastern Utah is going to be battling some serious smoke. The only upside to smoke, the only silver lining, is that it makes very beautiful sunsets. Phoenix Hemsworth sent this out of Cedar City. Phoenix, thank you for sending this beautiful. You could send these pictures to weather@abc4.com. We have a dry air mass filling in, and it's only getting drier. We have that desert southwest air filling in into the Beehive State, and therefore, we do have an increased fire threat. We have a red flag warning in effect for most of southern Utah, a big chunk of eastern Utah, and a decent portion of the west desert as well. Southwest winds up to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 35 miles an hour, and humidity dropping as low as 6%, similar to what we saw today. Temperatures right now are in the 70s and 80s across the state. We're at 81 degrees here in Salt Lake, 70s down most of I-15. Then you get down to St. George, and we're looking at temperatures in the upper 80s. We got 70s and 80s on the eastern portion of this state as well. So we got that increase in cloud cover. You saw it on that satellite imagery, but it's not going to bring any precipitation, not to valleys. Beautiful sunset there, by the way. We could get a drizzle towards the mountains, but it's not looking very significant. You can see that here on our satellite radar. Just a couple of sprinkles trying to make their way over the border, but we do have a layer of dry air near the surface, so a lot of that's going to evaporate before ever reaching the ground, and that can also bring gusty winds, which can worsen those fire conditions. Now, by midnight, temperatures are going to be in the mid-70s along the Wasatch Front, with mostly cloudy skies hanging on all the way into the early morning hours, 71 degrees by 5 a.m. Eventually, we'll drop into the upper 60s, but it warms right back up to 82 degrees by 10 a.m., and the clouds start to move on out. Partly cloudy by then, but then it'll continue clearing through the afternoon. Our upper-level futurecast shows us what's going on. We have high pressure to the east, low pressure to the west, and as they near each other, it increases that pressure gradient, and it squeezes all that air through the Beehive State, dragging that warm desert southwest air, bringing breezy and dry conditions. And we do have the elevated fire threat. We've been talking about that. It's going to stick around all the way into Sunday, maybe even Monday. And then there's hope on the horizon. As that high pressure moves east, it could open up the door for a little bit of monsoon moisture. But the models are a little split on where that wants to go exactly. It could either be western Colorado or it could be right here in the Beehive State. Temperatures tomorrow are going to be pretty similar to where we are today, just a couple degrees below seasonal norms. 90s for most of us, a couple 80s in the mix. 99 degrees will be the high in St. George, but triple digits do make a comeback by Sunday, maybe even Saturday for some places in lower Washington County. 104 for your Monday and Tuesday, and then we get that monsoon push Wednesday through Friday. Thursday will be the best chance for that wet weather if we do see it. As for the Wasatch Front, we do also have a slight chance as we get into the latter half of next week, but it's even less so than what we see in St. George. Temperatures staying in the mid-90s all week long.
Nice and warm, nice and toasty.
And warm. Oh, yeah.
Oh.